As always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Fanhome build the legendary cyborg Robocop. In this video, we'll be completing stage 25 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. With every stage of the build comes with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for stage 25. There's a really good picture of the model there. Wow, so good. A long road to Robocop 2, when success has its advantage. Robocop 2. No, I'm not sure if I've seen Robocop 2. So these are the components for stage 25 and the step-by-step instructions. So we're going to be working on the left hip thigh area. Terminator. Wow. As always, before we start, I like to make sure what it says that we have, that we're supposed to have here, that we have in there. So let's take a look. Like we've got some kind of ball joint. Like we did in the ankle. So we got a bag of EP screws. I'm going to put them away. I'm going to keep this to replace it with that one. So, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our screws, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. We didn't actually check the components. So, we've got this piece here, which is the left hip joint external support. We have this piece, which is the left hip joint internal support. That's external support, internal support. Then we've got these two pieces here. The larger one is the left hip ball joint, and the smaller one is the friction one. Oh, yes. Okay. This is the left hip external support. This is the left hip internal support. This is the left hip ball joint. This one is the friction block 1 and 2. and a bag of EP screws. So we start off with this piece here. This is the biggest piece, biggest component there. This is the left hip external support, and we've got to put the ball in here like that. So yeah, that goes in like that, so the hook part protrudes out with the other side. Then we get these two frictions. So we've got the small one and the bigger one. We put the small one on top of the bigger one, and then we've got to sit them on top of the ball like that. Sit the frictions on top of the ball. It's a little bit tricky, but it might take some time to actually do it. So put the frictions on top of the ball like that. Hoping I can do this. And then we put the inner support, and it has to line up with the 3 holes. There's actually 4 holes there, but I can see which ones. This one, and this one. So I've got to line it up like that. It's difficult to see where the holes are now. I think I've got it though. And we're going to use 3 EP screws, which I haven't preloaded onto a screwdriver. So it's all fun and games. That. First screw in, even though I can't see inside. Right, that's going in. I think it's going in. I hope it's going in. I'll preload the second one. Like that. I hope it's going in. Probably not. Hang on. Let's turn this around a little bit. Yeah, it is very fiddly because it turns on its own because it's supposed to. And the holes don't go all the way through, so you can't actually match them up that way. It's just right. I think that one's kind of matched. Yeah, so I got the first screw in, so I'm going to do the second one. Right, I'm going to get the third one in. I'm not going to tighten them. See that there? See it move like that, like it's supposed to. Just making sure they're tight enough, but they're not. They're not tight. Yeah, so that moves. See that hook? It does move. So I didn't want to tighten them too tight so that the hook didn't move. But yeah, that's good. So we get this section here, the internal and external support ready to place on here. And there's, if you look at the back, there's a screw hole there and a screw hole there. We've got to line those up onto here. Just checking that they're lined up. I'm going to have a EP screw ready, loaded up on the screwdriver. So once I get this on, like that, then I can turn it around and put the screws in place. Hope they're just lining up. Whoa, now that didn't work. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I'm going to load the screw on the screwdriver. Just checking the hole size, seeing if my bigger screwdriver will fit. Yeah. So I'm going to load it onto the bigger screwdriver. I'm going to pass it through the hole. Pass it through the hole. Like that. It's quite tricky. Yeah. Yeah, it's very tricky because you can't see daylight. You just put the small screwdriver on that. Just hold it there in place. And lie the leg down. Try matching screw with the hole. Ooh, just about had it, and then I think we're I think we got it. Hopefully, when I put the second screw in, then we know we've got it. Yeah, of course it's going to do that. The crucial part, crucial stage, the screw just falls out. Yeah, it appears to be in where it's supposed to, and the joint still moves, which is exactly what we want. So yeah, a little tricky, but yeah. It still stands up on its own. So yeah, so it's still this part here that we've done, and then the joint bit goes inside here. So that completes stage 25 of the build. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.